Hey, what's up, guys? You might want to visit BANSHEE this week. He's got a good roll of the NOD submachine gun, and it's good for PvP and PvE. It's got decent range, so I just purchased it. Let's look at the stats. So if you upgrade this to the max, you'll probably have like 75 range, and it's got corkscrew rifling, accurate round, fragile focus. That'll give you increased range before you take damage. So in PvP, if you get the jump on the enemy most of the time, you're gonna win the gunfight. And yeah, so that's 75 range. Of course, if this is fully masterwork, it's probably gonna give you 75 range, but with that on, you probably even have more. So it's probably, so that's pretty much a good roll. Okay, the colony, so you can troll some people on PvP with this. It's a good troll weapon. Tracks enemies. If you don't have this, get this. Oh man, there's been rolling a lot of resilience hunter pieces recently. So yeah, the want hunters get but more resilience. It's a good resilience piece. Man, this exotic is trash. Needs a rework. Needs a buff. It's absolute garbage. Even with good stats, it's trash in PvE and PvP. Karnstein. Armlets. This one gives you like melee regeneration. It's pretty good, but the stats, mobility, I'm not sure. If you're a warlock, I don't know. But if you don't have it, exotics, definitely get this. Instant, like, you know, regeneration. Every time you just get a normal melee kill, it doesn't even have to be a powered melee. It's pretty damn amazing. With solar, with next season, the solar class restoration is going away next season. So of course, everyone's healing is going to be nerfed. So yeah, this might be brought back into the fold. And the purse is trash. Rampage, friction fire. Let's see the roll. Accurate rounds is good. Whoa, hammer forge rifling. Nice, and some good handling masterwork. So yeah, field prep is a dead perk. I don't see you using this much, unless maybe you're a hunter and you can go invis and you're crouched, get the jump on enemies, faster reload and stall speed. Survivor's Epitaph. This used to be, I think, the previous season's PvP weapon packed. I don't know if this is a bug. But I just think it's hilarious. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if you can. I've never seen an increased impact on a hand cannon. But yeah, it's got a full bore. You can put full auto on this and do some work with it. But I'm just gonna buy it because it's got an interesting impact mode. So impact mod. So I'm gonna definitely buy this. Because it must be one of them broken weapons. Toil and trouble. Threat detector and snapshot sights, pretty good. But the range, if you had a range masterwork, probably. But the range is just not good enough for me. But I've never really been a big fan of grenade launchers. I prefer other weapons, but this is not that bad. It's like blinding grenades, blind enemies, stunned enemies, and all game modes for PvE. Surplus, auto loading also be much better fit. You know, you just swap out to your primary or your heavy, and it reloads in a few seconds. Swashbuckler increased damage. Yeah, so no, it's a decent roll. Tracking and cluster bombs. It's not terrible. The impact radius is quite low. So yeah, no blast radius increase. So rocket launchers, the more blast radius, the better. So definitely, I mean, if you need a void legendary, definitely grab this if you need a void legendary rocket launcher. perhaps maybe for bounties or maybe like void burns or something. It's not terrible, but other than that, there's craftable weapons now that we have. Craftable weapons will take you a lot further, better perks. My craftable red herring pretty much it's got way better specs, 100 blast radius, you know. So yeah, Fool's Remedy, previous iron band and sidearm, and this weapon is decent because it's got intrinsically full auto fire built in, so you don't have to worry about, all you have to worry about is aiming. Decent range, reload speed, quick draw, and stability. These stats are mid, but if you never got this weapon, you could try out in PvP. It's okay, it's decent, but the range isn't too great. So short range weapon, it's not too bad if you don't have it, but there's probably a better option. For the Titan, the chest armor pieces look like this. Chest armor, you might want to get this. Very spiky, and recovery and discipline very high. But all the other pieces seem trash. Focal rangefinder, potentially decent. And we got a Vorpal and high caliber rounds. This is gonna flinch people like crazy in PvP. Vorpal for extra damage on supers. It's kind of a niche weapon. Like the average player won't get much usage on this, but I can see this being useful in like trials when you suspect the enemy is gonna pop the supers on like maybe a clutch round. On the last round, you know they got super saved. You just camp back and just take your super out with this. So if all three of you are running Dead Man's Tail or two of you are running Dead Man's Tail, like any super just pops their head out, is gonna get shredded. In PvE, so the primaries get, I think they get 30 or 40% on bosses, so this could be a decent weapon to use for boss damage. Well, that's XUR for this week, and if you haven't been to XUR yet, you might want to see him before he runs away and comes back next week. So anyways, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.